So I was recently reading an article in my Kroger magazine. I know, I was really shocked, and they had some tips about summertime makeup, and I thought this would be a great time to kind of jump on and look at their tips and kind of add on to my own tips, I guess you could say. So the first thing they recommend is that less is always more in the summertime, just with all the sweating and the heat and humidity. So they recommend using a lighter foundation like a BB cream, and so I'm going to use my BB Flawless Complexion Enhancer in the shade Bisque. And you all know I like to kind of add a little bit more coverage. That's just me. So you could skip this step, you could just do the BB, and you can see I'm almost out. I need to order more because I love the BB. So there's that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of my Skin Perfecting Concealer in the shade Taffeta to that. And I'm going to mix that together, and I'm going to apply that all over my face. One of the things, and I'll show you a video over here, is that I did go ahead and put on my primer first, my face primer. This also is going to help balance out your skin, reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, as well as help that makeup stay in place all day long. So I'm just going to kind of blend that in with my hands. That's how I like to apply the BB. I know some people like to use a beauty blender. I've also used a foundation brush. I typically do that quite often. And today I'm just going in with my fingers. Okay, so once I have that on, then the other thing that they recommend doing is using some kind of a powder, a loose powder, to kind of help set that makeup and absorb any, what do they say? A light dusting of loose powder can be used to set your base. Apply it with a large loose powder brush using tapping motions all over the face for best results. So I am going to use my Mineral Touch. This is pressed powder. You could use this. You could use your Touch Behold setting powder. I mean, really, you could kind of do both if you wanted to. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of pressed powder on my brush, and I am going to just lightly tap it, like they said, all over my face. Okay, now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do my contouring. I have done my highlighting, contouring, and I just threw on a little bit of a lip tint. That would be my summer tip, is just to keep the lips simple. And next what I'm gonna do, I'm trying to find it here. The next thing that they recommend is that you use some type of a waterproof liner and mascara. Again, if you're going to be outside sweating or you're at the pool, this is just really helpful to kind of have something that's going to help keep your makeup fresh. I'm using my Moodstruck Precision pencil in the shade Precarious, and this is my pencil sharpener designed specifically to help give you a sharp yet pointed, like a rounded kind of tip there on the end. So that way you can get a nice line, but then also it's not so harsh, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna just go through and line my eyes with this pencil. And I love these pencils. They really are waterproof, smudge proof. I've done several videos where I've like rubbed it on the back of my hand and it doesn't go anywhere. So this is a great option, and navy is really hot right now, so I think that's a nice color. And what the navy does is it really helps bring out the whites of your eyes. Who doesn't want that? Helps if I maybe use like a little mirror. But what I like to do is use really short strokes back and forth across my eyes until I get a nice line, and then I can kind of draw across the eye to make sure that I have lined my eye completely. And then I just like to go and look and make sure, like underneath, that part is lined as well. You all know also I love using the white, the pristine on the bottom waterline to really help bring out the white and just overall brighten your eye look as well. The next thing they recommend doing is definitely setting your makeup with a setting spray. I'm going to be using the Touch Behold setting spray. And I love just to kind of just let that mist fall all over my face. You can see where it's kind of like drying, but then this is also going to help set your makeup and hold it in place all day long. The last thing that they recommend is to have some kind of blotting paper and just kind of taking that throughout the day if you're getting hot and sweaty, and that's going to help absorb any of those oils. So if you have any questions about my summertime makeup tips and tricks, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day.